Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Kindness Rising, your morning dose of hope, humanity, and heart. And today we're going to do a little bit of maybe an experiment, just do things a little bit differently because that's what we do sometimes, just try things. I've been trying to give a unified theme and an idea, but today, I'm just going to be random today. Stuff I've been thinking about or that I've been fascinated about. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about an indie artist that I follow that's live streaming his new album from a cabin. We're going to talk about neurodivergence advocacy. We're going to talk about what it means to be cool and the collapse of cool. And lastly, we'll maybe get into some retro video games and why joy still matters. So think of this as my tour of curiosity and let's get into it. Welcome everyone to Kindness Rising. I am so glad that you have chosen to join me here today, just like we do every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern on Kindness Rising. All right. So here's the first topic. First topic is the collapse of cool. Cool as a cultural value. Growing up, what did it mean to be cool in the 80s, the 90s? It was currency, it was mystery, it meant being detached and kind of piquing people's curiosity. Good morning, Mike Sullivan. Welcome into Kindness Rising this morning. Happy Friday to you. Thanks for joining us every day. You're out there in the stream. Get involved with Solais, great guy who's got some interesting things to say about just about every topic we talk about. So I hope you'll join him in that. So we're talking about cool as a cultural currency, right? But I think the advent of the internet actually changed that, right? Because what was cool to us used to be mysterious, and we discover it over time. It's like, whoa, what is that? Curiosity, interest. Well, I don't care what you're talking about. The first time I ever saw the band Kiss, right? What is that, right? And I had to figure it out and whatever. I think of music all the time, right? And the things that we're interested in, we had to kind of dig into, and it was a challenge. Now you see something you're interested in, you click a button and you can watch hours of videos about it, and there's a little bit less mystery around that, right? And I think that's changed people's attitudes, right? We used to be kind of ironic about it or whatever, but now people are saying, wait, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not getting into that. We're tired. We're tired of being nonchalant, right? Gen X gets a lot of uh uh is characterized as being ironic and aloof and whatever. And we are. But there's a lot of people out there that are changing their perspective. They're tired of caring and not showing that they care, or pretending not to care, or having the facade that they don't care because that's cool, but they actually care. So I've been watching this happen over time when you look at the differences in the generations. And the people are saying we're going to care about things now and really show that they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Because when everything becomes aesthetic, right? That's what's happening now. And with our access, Avery the Freak, welcome in. I am glad you are here. Thanks for saying hi in the chat. Tell me where you're coming from. What are you up to? I'm glad to see you here. So what's become rare is sincerity, right? Over decades that became so, and it's starting to come back. This idea of sincerity, creating connection, of interest, participation instead of distance. Little cucumber participating. I appreciate you. Welcome in. And humble one. Oh, no hush in here. We talk 7:30 a.m. Eastern every day here on Kindness Rising. I'm glad you've joined me to talk about being cool. What do you think is cool? Cucumber, humble, Sully? What's cool to you? Cool used to be all about scarcity. If too many people liked it, it stopped being cool, right? All those fads. It's crazy. But sincerity, that does the opposite. I say if people like it, come sit with us. As cool as a cucumber, Oscar Scott. Yes, Lil Cucumber is cool, and we're cool as a cucumber. Apparently, cucumber is the theme here on Kindness Rising this morning. Thanks for everybody for joining, right? And as I said before, I think the internet actually assassinated cool because the subcultures are no longer mysterious. You can find out anything you want. Wikis, documentaries, merch drops, whatever it is. So that means sincerity has to thrive in that because it's no longer about mystique, right? It's not about the facade, it's about being seen, and it's actually showing the full cringe of caring. Oof, I can actually care. That's cringy. Ooh, ooh. But kindness lives on that side of the spectrum, and that's where we live on Kindness Rising. You can't be genuinely kind while maintaining full ironic detachment. You just can't. You can't be genuinely kind because kindness requires caring, and caring means dropping the performance. The plant behind my head, right there, Oscar. It's cool plants, isn't it? It's plastic. That's what it is. It's plastic, dude. I don't know. It was from Home Goods. I used to have a natural plant, a peace lily, actually, and I couldn't keep it alive down here in my studio basement. But I'm glad you like the plant. I think it's a nice aesthetic to be kind. And my little Steely here, Grateful Dead. We lost Bobby Weir this week. If you're into the Dead, you know that the impact, and I talk about the impact of the Grateful Dead on my life a lot. Their lyrics, times when I leaned into the music to get me through, uh, inspiration from the total aesthetic and the ethos of the Grateful Dead. Absolutely. All right. So, what are we saying? We said rest in peace to Bobby Weir. We're saying rest in peace to Cool. And we're going to say, let's hang out together. Little Cucumber, yeah, I got the same question. I don't know. I don't know what that means. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe. What are you asking? What's the question? Funny stuff. All right. I do want to change gears here right now, and I want to talk about and show you guys some really cool stuff that's really important to me, for our personal reasons, as well as because I just think it's really cool what this guy is doing. It's an artist. His name is Tom Freeman. The band, his artist name is Covey, and I'm going to talk about him today. Does anybody out there know Covey? All right, I'm going to show you Covey because he's doing something really cool. But first, I want to tell you that Covey was a an artist that I connected with my child during a pretty difficult time in our lives a few years back. We're talking 5 or 6 years ago. We stumbled in, not stumbled into. My child introduced me to Covey, and it was something that made me realize is that no matter how old we get, we all come from the same stuff. Covey sings a lot about themes of family and mental health and ideas of identity and purpose in his very, I think, unique and interesting way. And so now he's doing something that I think is even cooler, and it aligns with what we're doing. Oscar Scott, you probably don't know any of his songs, but I'm going to actually play a little bit of his music here. Why don't I do that right now so you can see who I'm talking about? That's more important right now, I guess. Yep. I think you guys can see that by now. I'm trying to see it myself, and for some reason I'm not. Oh, there it is. There it is. This is Covey. You can see his tagline is "Sad boy music for the mentally ill," which is a little bit ironic in the way he says that, but it's not too much. And as you can see here, here's some of his shorts, some of his kind of crazy stuff. Human teeth, huge piece of. I threw human teeth into the crowd. He did. I was at a show. I was live. They're fake, but it turned into a whole thing about teeth. Just really interesting. But anyway, here's what I want to talk about. He's about to go into recording. Not your typical recording studio, though. Here, watch this.
I'm leaving society behind to record my next album in this cabin. And I'll be live streaming 24/7, so you can see the process from start to finish. And I'm really excited, but there's also some things I'm really nervous about. And it sounds kind of silly, but not having a phone to text and communicate with my friends and family, it's making me realize how much I use my phone to feel connected to the people I love. Just take a minute to think about how many people you talk to via text. And then imagine that just disappearing. It's kind of scary, isn't it? I'm leaving society behind to...
So that was his latest short talking about it. He's going to be going into that cabin here in just 5 short days and start streaming. He streams other things too. And I've seen his streams. He's actually very engaging in his streams. So maybe
instead of trying to sell you my music, I'm setting up a 24/7 live stream and just letting you watch me make it.
Okay, that's enough about the stream, but it's really cool because that's what we're doing here. That's what an interesting use of the medium for live streaming. Whoop, why is that doing that? Okay. All right, I am trying to figure this out. Oscar Scott, thanks for coming along. Check out Covey, check out the channel, subscribe when you can. I appreciate you. I'm trying to get to something else to show you guys too, because it's really important. A lot of people have asked me about my Fox logo for my show, for the Kindness Rising and Uncommon Kindness brand. And it's partially inspired by this artist, Covey. And I'm going to try to figure out how to get to where I want to be so that I can show you what I'm talking about. All right. I did it again. Yay. All right.
I've always had a weird relationship with sleep. I had night terrors growing up, and it kind of developed into sleep paralysis when I got older. But instead of a sleep paralysis demon, I'd always see this scary looking fox that was just looming in my room. And so I kind of used these hallucinations to write a song called Cloudy Eyes, because that's kind of how my eyes felt whenever I would have these hallucinations. And this experience spurred a whole group of songs that I call the Body Series, where each song kind of tells a story via a body part. And since there's a new Body Series song coming out called Twitching Heart, I figured I'd make a little Cloudy Eyes diorama and finally tell you guys where that fox came from. Fox again. I've
All right, so I show you that to show you that he's a multimedia artist and just a really cool guy with a lot of great ideas, and he makes amazing music for sure. Am I still sharing? I don't think I am. Okay. Thanks for everyone for joining. I appreciate you. I've been talking about Covey for a while now. Maybe before the end of the show, I'll play a little snippet of his actual music, but I am going to move on to my next topic, I think. Okay. I told you it was going to be a little bit of a different show today. I was not kidding. Covey's headed into the wood 24/7. I think it's cool. I think it's kind of revolutionary. There probably are other people that are doing it. But I remember Bo Burnham did it during the pandemic. If you guys remember that, I think it's pretty cool to choose process over polish. That's what we do here on the Mornings in the Lab Network and on Kindness Rising every morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And I hope you will subscribe to the channel and come join us live weekdays, Monday through Friday on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Subscribe to the channel. Absolutely. And of course, I've been paying attention to live streaming. Of course I have, because that's what I do here. And that's what we do on the Mornings in the Lab Network. If you're interested in bringing your message and your personal brand to the internet, to the web, to put it out there, to connect with people, to build a community, to show your presence and your authenticity, and maybe lean into the idea that cringe is cool, or that it's not cringe to care. What's up, Noli 529? Welcome in. Subscribe to the channel. Come join us live 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday. Every weekday. Absolutely. I am here. And we're building a community. We're building a community where we'll have inside jokes and we'll have support for each other, telling our story, telling our ourselves, sharing ourselves, sharing what we have to give to the world: kindness, balance, growth, self-acceptance, curiosity. Today is all about curiosity. 4:47 a.m. coming to us from the West Coast. Noli, we got another guy in our community who comes here every day. Mike Sullivan, future life coach out there on the West Coast in the Bay Area, who comes out here every day. Maybe you guys can connect and wake up together, wake up with us. Tell us more about yourself, Noli 529. All right. Again, live, moving from polish to process and to presence, right? From spectacle to sincerity. That's what we're doing here. Just sharing what we're doing it live, making our mistakes live, learning and growing. You're from the game Forsaken. Interesting. You came straight out of the video game into my live stream. I think that's amazing. So my question is, when we talk about live, what kind of rooms are we building when we go live? Do we build rooms where we are dividing, leaning into the things that are different about us, screaming and yelling our message to be heard? Or do we bring calm and presence and a little bit of joy to the world and still have fun? Doesn't have to be so freaking serious all the time. Of course not. Of course not. We can make our little community here a lot of fun. Good morning, Archangel Michael. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out. All right. Another thing we do on Kindness Rising, another important part of what I want to do and what I do every day, is talk about good people doing good work. That is my mission, to multiply kindness and unlock growth and amplify the voices of good people doing good work. And this is a first for me. We talked talked about it yesterday, teased it a little bit, but I've always talked about organizations. Dino Nugget, right? Hey, you just never know what you're going to get yourself into, Noli. All right. So usually I talk about organizations, some kind of a nonprofit, a social impact organization. But today I'm going to talk about a person. I'm going to talk about a person. I'm going to talk about a person who I met this week. Random. Nothing's random, but through a common connection on LinkedIn in Texas, and discovered that we live in this very same community and share the same a lot of the same perspectives, even though we come from very different backgrounds. And but the point is that there are people out there doing good work and meaningful work in their communities, and that's what I want to highlight to you today. So I'm going to share. Maybe. What did I do wrong? Gosh darn it, I closed her LinkedIn. But I did save her website. Okay. Neuro Awesome Life. I'm talking about a woman named Dawn Marie Solais. So Dawn is an advocate for 30 years. She's been helping people build communication skills and resolve conflicts. Her original focus was on emotional intelligence, which is certainly something we talk about here on Kindness Rising too. But her focus really is on information education and advocacy for neurodivergent teen and adults. And what I love about her approach and why I was drawn to her to meet with her is that hers is a lived experience. Very smart person, educated, has a lot of information, but she's turned her experience into purpose, her own differences into light for others. And it clearly comes out in her passion to help people better understand themselves so that they have more productive interactions and more fulfilling relationships. She's mentoring teens and adults, and she's doing talks all over. Check out Neuro Awesome Life. She also has a book called Neuro Spice, my inappropriate and something Neuro Life. I'm going to try to find it, but very interesting. She's written a book, and she's part of a group of authors. You see these authors' names here on her website that write about, that support families, that share one conversation and one moment or whatever it is that helps people who are experiencing their own challenges related to neurodivergence. I'm navigating around. I'm riffing while I'm navigating. I was trying to find her LinkedIn, but I can't. Oh, here, maybe it's right here. Right from here. Can I take it right to there? Amazing. The internet is amazing. Links and all that stuff. I'm sure you guys can see her there now. No? No, you can't. Gosh. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. I'm like it's like a circus here. I'm still having fun. There's Dawn. There's Dawn. There's awesome Dawn Marie Solis, nonprofit founder, neurodiversity consultant, speaker, author, and advocate, board member at the Neurodiversity Network of Western New York. That's a pretty good credential. She is not just talking the talk, she's living it, having experienced her own story, which I will allow her to share. But here's Neely. Neely is one of our common friend, and this was them on their podcast. So check out Dawn Solais. Support the work that she's doing. Support the work of the friends and the people that you meet. The people that you meet when you're walking down the street. I'm having fun today, for sure, for sure. All right. I'm the mad clicker. I'm the mad clicker. All right. Anyway, it's been an amazing week here on Kindness Rising. Good morning. Oh, Mom, you chimed in 7:51. Where you been? Did you sleep in? It's been an interesting episode, Mom, for sure. A little bit different than what we do on a daily basis, but I'm glad that you show up. Angry man. Wow, yeah. Had to go there, huh? Is it pronounced dis or this? Dis. What's up with this? I don't know what's up with this. I don't know what's up with Angry Man, but for some reason he felt like he wanted to spend some time with us today. And I appreciate that. Come on over and relax and hang out with us, Mr. Angry Man, and maybe you won't be quite so angry after you spend a little time on Kindness Rising. Absolutely. All right. Last. We're winding down on my little curiosities. We talked about Covey. Check him out for some check him out. Check out Dawn Solais. Think about what is cool and what isn't cool, and you're live streaming every day. Is this cool? I don't know. It's cool for me. I feel cool, but because I'm bringing my full self. And lastly, I want to talk about retro video games. Absolutely. Retro video games. Yeah, it's fun. So I've never been a big gamer, never really been into it. When I was a little kid, I had video games, right? I had the Atari. I'm 53 years old, believe it or not, out there in the world. And I played with the Atari 2600. I played with the Sega Genesis. I played with the original NES, all that stuff. Anyway, and this Christmas, I was gifted a console. Do you guys know about those things? They're like, I just literally plug it in, whoop, right into the HDMI. 40,000 games. I'm obsessed with this thing now. 40,000. Think about that. From the 70s, 80s, 90s, all kinds of crazy, just unusual, new and different games, all the classics too. But really new and stuff that I didn't even know existed. These systems, entire gaming systems from Japan and China, and of course the Sega and all that. But what's most important to me about it, and what's been amazing to me, has been the connection over the Christmas holiday from my the winter holiday. My kids are in college. We've been playing, and I've been showing them the games that I played and sharing joy across the generations with this video game console. I'm obsessed with it. I got to be honest, my thumb is already a little sore. Yeah, look at you can see a little indentation. What is wrong with me? I have a problem. Anyway, yeah. Miss Pac-Man was an obsession of mine as a kid. I don't know if you guys remember Miss Pac-Man. I'm playing these games and I'm like, my God, they're so simple compared to what we have, but they're still addictive and fun and challenging and little cucumber, literally 40,000. I'm not kidding. It's not an exaggeration. Arcade games from the 80s, every console from Nintendo, from Atari, Sega, up through PlayStation 1, Game Boy. I mean, all the consoles that existed probably from the 70s, even if as far back as like literally the bonk, 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 the Pong, little stuff like that. Anyway, the Jungle video game that had a young Jack Black doing its TV commercial. I'm not sure I know that one. I'm going to have to look it up. I know Jack Black did Jumanji, Jungle, but I don't remember a young Jack Black in a Jungle game. So that's going to be my challenge for the weekend, I guess. Mike, thanks for challenging me. I'm going to find young Jack Black doing his TV commercial for a jungle game. But I can't believe that's it. It's 8 o'clock. Today was random a Friday as you get. Check out Covey. Check out Dawn Solais. Think about being cool or not being cool. Play some retro video games. Connect with your family over the weekend. I'll be back Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern on Kindness Rising on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Now get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Have a great Friday. And until Monday morning, stay uncommon and stay kind.
Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity. And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise.